the Oblivion from SolidGoldFX, and it's a quad flanger. Yes, you heard that right, a quad flanger pedal. So basically a flanger pedal with 4 lines of delay that can swoosh and whoosh in just an insane variety of ways, with so many ways to change every little aspect at the tip of your fingers. And it is just, it is probably the most unique and versatile modulation pedal I've ever played. Out of the big 3 in modulation, you have phasers, choruses, and flangers. And I honestly feel that flangers are sort of just the most underused and undervalued modulation sound when it comes to bass tones. And I don't know why. It's such an instantly recognizable and unique sound. And with a pedal like the Oblivion, it can give you so many unique sounds that can add such a variety to your tone. And it's just so much fun to dig into this pedal. But before we really dig in, and for the sake of transparency, I do want to say that SolidGoldFX has provided me with this unit as well as compensated me for my time, but it has no bearing on how I feel about this pedal or my opinions at all or anything like that. So yeah, let's just get started. So as I stated earlier, the Oblivion is probably the most in-depth and versatile modulation pedal I've ever played. And that's really awesome because there's so many various ways to change your tone and so many soundscapes that you can add to your sound that can just make it so big, so unique, and just have some of the coolest effects ever added to it. For your controls, you have 6 knobs, 4 switches, 2 foot switches, as well as 2 dip switches inside the pedal. So yeah, there's a lot to really take in with it. For your knobs, you have speed, range, ramp, regen, blend, and level. Speed adjusts the entire speed of the flanger, range adjusts the width, and then with ramp, this is probably the coolest feature of this pedal that I really love just messing around with. Basically, in conjunction with the left foot switch, it's a momentary feature that allows you to speed up or slow down the flanger. Regen controls the feedback of your flanger sound, and it's just a lot of fun to really experiment with. Your blend knob, which is just such a beautiful and very welcome feature for this pedal, especially for bass players. And then finally, level, which of course controls your overall output. With those 6 knobs alone, you're able to change so many different parameters of the sound that you're gonna get out of this pedal. But with the 4 switches under it, it expands that even more. First up with wave, this changes how your waveform is of your flanger effect. Then next to that, you have your 3-way tap tempo multiplier. Flange lets you switch between 3 completely different kinds of flanger sounds. And then finally, you have your degrade switch that flips on a lo-fi setting for the entire sound that you're gonna get. And it is just such a fun and really cool effect to have on top of your flanger sound. Then for your 2 foot switches, on the left you have your tap tempo, which is just so useful for a flanger pedal, and when you hold it down, it engages that ramp effect. And then your bypass switch on the right turns the pedal on and off, as well as holds your LFO in place if you hold it down. On the top of the pedal, you have your input, output, 9-volt jack, as well as an expression output, which gives you even more control over everything, especially with the 2 internal dip switches inside that can change exactly what your expression pedal controls. overall with the Oblivion, there's a lot to take in, like a whole lot. But when you really dig into this pedal, discover everything you like about it, and really get just a feel for it overall, you can unlock so many different sounds in it that is just an absolute blast through and through. I love experimenting with it, with all the different ways you can set the knobs, the switches, then of course hold down those foot switches to get even crazier sounds on top of that too. It's just an absolute blast, and honestly, the most versatile modulation pedal I've ever played. But of course, let me know what you guys think about the Oblivion, and honestly, if you feel kind of the same way that I do, that flanger is an underused pedal on bass, and it deserves more love in my opinion. But as always, thank y'all so much for watching, commenting, subscribing, sharing, following me on social media, all those awesome things. I really do appreciate it, y'all. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do that right now. And I also want to give a humongous thank you to these beautiful people right here, my Patreon supporters. Mwah, mwah, mwah. If you'd like to be like these beautiful people right here and help support the channel every single month and be included in things like early access to videos, giveaways, and more, then think about heading over to my Patreon page. But y'all, thank you so much for watching as always. And of course, stay safe, practice that bass, throw a flange in front of it for some fun, and I'll see y'all next time.